These tube lights were launched a while ago, and yes, I'm kinda late to the party. Sorry, NANLITE, I'm late, but yes, I'm here. Better late than never, right? Today we are going to be talking about these brand new tube lights from NANLITE, and I am telling you, you have never seen anything like these before. Well, I'm not that sure. Well, anyway, before we start this video, let's roll the intro. Paramount Pro. Hey, what's up guys, ryanaudencial and boy, thanks so much for coming back here on my channel. These are the brand new tube lights from NANLITE, and this is the Pavotube II 15X, and the longer one is the Pavotube II 30X. And these guys are pretty much feature packed, and in this video I'll be talking about these features. But before we start, here's a disclaimer. NANLITE did send me these guys just to test, but they didn't pay me to create this review video, so all of my thoughts and opinions about this product will be honest and true. So now that we got that out of the way, let's start this out and see the things that came with the light. It comes with this awesome carrying case that can carry 3 units. You get the power adapter with a rubber strap, the power cable, a tube clamp, 2 eye bolts, and that's pretty much it. The NANLITE Pavotube II 15X and 30X is more feature-packed compared to the previous generation, which is the C version. The new version has the X in its name because it's a pixel light, and we are going to be talking about that later. Let's talk about the build quality first. The 15X is 2 feet long. The 30X is 4 feet long. Compared to the previous generation, the X series is more robust and well built. The back is now made out of aluminum compared to the previous generation, which is made out of plastic. It has a 1/4-inch thread on this side, so you can mount this on your light stand. You can also mount your mini tripod, so you can stand this up on the floor or on a table. It has 2 more 1/4-inch threads on both ends, so you can hang this up using the included eye bolts. Another way to mount it is to use the included tube lamp. This has 1/4-inch threads at the back. As I've said earlier, you can mount your mini tripod here because it has a 1/4-inch thread on this side, just so you can stand this up on the floor or on a table. But you can also stand this up even without that mini tripod because it has flat sides. Compared to the previous generation, which you have plastic hanging out, this one, you can like stand this up, but just be careful. Alright. Just like the Pavotube II 6C, it has an octagonal design on each end for precise positioning. It won't roll over your surface. There you go. But sadly, it doesn't have magnets on each ends, just like the Pavotube II 6C, because it's heavy. On this side, you don't have the 1/4-inch thread because on this side, you have your DC in, and this port also acts as your charging port. Yes, you can charge your Pavotube X series because just like the previous generation, it has a built-in battery. The 30X can run up to 95 minutes in full intensity, while the 15X can run up to an hour in full intensity. The X series has 30% more power than the previous generation. Okay, on this side as well, you can see the DMX port, and yes, you can control and daisy chain this light using DMX. That's one way of controlling this light. Another way to control it by using the, yeah, you guessed it right, the physical buttons at the back. And these buttons are really tactile to the touch, and this will help you navigate through the settings really easy, much like the Pavotube II 6C compared to the previous version that has knobs sticking out on the side. Aside from the physical improvements of the X series, the quality of the light is also improved. The previous generation has a CRI of 95, and this generation, the X version, has a CRI of 97. Now the TLCI of the X series is 98 compared to the previous version. It has a TLCI of 95 as well. We all know that this is an RGB light, so this has the RGB WW color mixing technology. This one also features a wider range of CCT. Let me turn off my key light, turn this thing on. Let's stand this up. The X series has a wider range of CCT. It starts from 2700 Kelvin to 12,000 Kelvin, and that's a pretty much a wider range of CCT. When it comes to the power output, the X series is also improved. The 15X gives you 35 watts, the 30X gives you 70 watts. Oh, and did I mention that there is a 60X version, which is an 8-foot long Pavotube Mark II, and that one, the 60X, gives you 106 watts of power. That's insane. Earlier, I mentioned that the Pavotube Mark II X series are pixel lights, meaning there are groups of LEDs inside this light that you can individually control according to your liking, of course. In the previous generation, you can only do this. Imagine this is the 15C. You can only do the traditional modes. You have the CCT mode, you have the HSI mode, and of course the built-in effects. In the X series, you can do this. Let me turn my key light off. There you go. See? That is amazing. Wonderful. Extraordinary. Yes, you can now individually control groups of pixels or LEDs in the X series because it has pixel control. And the 15X has 8 pixels while the 30X has 16 pixels. The 60X has 32 pixels. Imagine what you can do with that. And now that we are talking about the pixel control, maybe it's time for me to introduce the next feature that the X series has. Let me just stand this up right here. Put this in here. In the previous generation, you don't have the option to control your Pavotubes using your mobile phone. And yes, in the X series, you guessed it right, you can now use your mobile phone to control them by using the NANLITE app. But before we connect these guys to the app, we have to update the firmware on these bad boys. Now, in order for you to update the firmware on your Pavotube Mark II X series, you have to have a USB Type-C flash disk. You download the firmware update on NANLITE's website. The link is in the description. And download that, save it to your USB flash disk, turn off your Pavotube Mark II X series, get your USB-C flash disk, plug it in, and turn it on. And you can see there, found firmware, and then update it. And now it's updating. Now, why did I do that before I connect it to the app? These are pre-production units, so I need to update this first before I connect it to the app, just to enable the Bluetooth function. Okay, so right now we are going to use the NANLITE app. Of course, you need to connect your phone to the light. To do that, let's open up the app. Now we can see here scenes. First thing we need to do is to add a new scene. We call this 15X and hit create. And now you have to click that scene, tap the plus button to add a new fixture. Tap that. We will connect via Bluetooth. So now we can see here the Pavotube II 15X. If you cannot connect your 15X to your mobile phone, make sure you reset the Bluetooth of your 15X first. And here we can turn the light off by clicking the light bulb here. Now for us to turn on the light, you need to click on the Pavotube II 15X. Right now we are in CCT mode. Let's tap on the dim or intensity level. There you go. You can tap on the plus and minus buttons, or you can slide through this bar or the intensity bar right here. And then of course we can adjust the temperature here on the CCT bar. Right now it's in 5600K. Let's go up to 12,000 Kelvin. So as you can see, it made it bluish. And we go to 2700K, which is the warm temperature. We can also adjust here the green and magenta shift, minus 100 and plus 100. So to change modes, you just click on the CCT mode or the current mode that you're in, and then there comes this drop down menu. You can choose CCT mode, HSI mode, effect mode, pixel effect, and preset. Let's go to HSI mode. So in HSI mode, of course, it's the hue and saturation mode. You can adjust the color here, but we can see that it has different ways to pick a color. First, we can see here a color wheel. You can just tap on the color wheel and make it red. We can also change the colors by using the faders. There. So the third way to change the color is to use the color matching camera mode. Let's see. There. And done, and then it changed its color. Let's go to the next mode, which is the effect mode. Of course, in the effect mode, you can change pretty much everything. All right, we have our U loop, the CCT loop, the flash mode, pulse mode, storm mode. Then next effect, we have the police car. Next effect is the TV effect. Paparazzi effect, candle fire effect, we have the disco effect, we have the bad bulb, we have the firework effect, we have the explosion. You can trigger it manually, of course. And next effect is the welding effect. We go to the next mode, which is the pixel effect. This is the highlights of the 15X or the X series of Pavotube. So now we are at pixel effect, and as you can see, it changes its colors pixel by pixel or pixel group by pixel group. So the main difference is this light can change its colors vertically or horizontally depending on how you position it. We have here the multicolor. So this is one of the highlights of the NANLITE app paired with the 15X or the 30X or the 60X. We have here the dimming. Of course, you can adjust the dim there. And here we can see amounts. So the 15X has 4 groups of pixels. That means we can control 4 groups of LEDs inside the 15X. Let's play around with 2 pixels first. Let's change the first pixel to HSI. As you can see, it flashes the CCT and the HSI. We can change the hue. Let's change it to blue. The saturation 100%. The second color, we can put it to HSI again, or you can do it CCT, but in this case let's just use the HSI so that we can differentiate the 2 colors or the 2 lights or the 2 LED groups. We can see here the shifting speed. So when I adjust the shifting speed to like a lower number, the shifting becomes slower. Let's put it to 100%. Of course, it shifts faster. Let's go to 0%. So it doesn't move at all. So that's how you use the multicolor effect. The next effect we have is the fade. Let's change the color to black first color to black, or in other words, turning off those groups of LEDs. Pause it. Do that. Just use just the middle part. So this is a demo of how you can control the 15X with the NANLITE app. This one is my favorite. We have the driving effect. So you can pretend like you're driving a car. So this is what you can do with the driving effect. So the NANLITE app will unleash the Pavotube II 15X or the X series' capabilities. You can mix and match colors, you can enable different effects, and of course control the pixels individually. So now that we are done with the features and tests, here are my final thoughts about the NANLITE Pavotube II X series, and here are the things I like. Number one, I like the fact that it's more robust and well built this time compared to the previous generation that is made out of plastic. It has a little bit of flex, but this one, it has the aluminum casing, so that gives me peace of mind. Number two, I like that this has more diffusion compared to the previous version, so that I can use this as a soft key light. And lastly, I love the pixel control feature. You can create stunning effects, and also paired with the NANLINK app, you'll get more creative and it's more convenient for you on set. You can just stay where you are, use your mobile phone, and adjust the settings. The only thing that I don't like about the X series is it gets too hot when you use this for a long time. Yes, this is an aluminum casing. It makes it more robust, but it gets too hot. So you just have to cool it down before you pack it up. I'll get used to it. Now, who is these for? This is for the filmmakers that shoots music videos a lot. This is for the creators that love being creative with RGB lights. This is for the indie filmmakers that needs portable yet high quality lights. If you're looking for a feature-packed RGB WW LED tube light, the NANLITE Pavotube II X series is the way to go. Now that has been my review of the NANLITE Pavotube II X series, the 15X and the 30X. If you want to know more about these tube lights, make sure to check out the links below. If you want to purchase this, purchase link is also in the description. If you are in the Philippines at isa kang Pinoy, pwede mong bilhin to sa MQ Group. Nandyan ang link sa baba. If this video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell as well. Once again, this has been ryanaudencial. Thanks so much for being here, and see you in the next video.